Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Moody Pages. I'm Chanel, your fellow mood reader. We have a new setup, I moved, and I'm really excited. I have gorgeous shelves now. I have space, it's insane. I went from this little small townhouse into an actual house very unexpectedly. Yes, anyways, okay, you're not here to hear the woes of me moving. You are here to see what books I loved so far this year. Normally by this time of year, I'm at 100 books, and right now I am at 53, I think, or 54. I am at a significantly smaller amount of books read. I got a promotion. I am in meetings all day now, it feels like, so I'm not listening to audiobooks as much. And because of that, I feel like I'm trying to decompress in some other ways, or it's just taking me a lot longer to read. I've been in reading slumps. So without further ado, let's start off with January. And I'll tell you how many books I read that month and then my favorites from that month. I tried picking one from each month and it's impossible. So in January I read 14 books, which I think is the most out of the whole year. I hadn't got from my promotion yet. So I had three favorites. First off, I'll start with Fantasma. I got into a book club that's here in Arizona with some friends, and I tabbed the heck out of it, and I absolutely loved this book. It was very atmospheric, it was gothic, it was dark, gory for me, and I really enjoyed this. And I did, I listened to the audiobook and read at the same time, so like immersive reading, and I also feel like that enhanced the experience. But anyways, I live, laugh, love this book. The next book I loved was The Descendant, and this was sent, was it sent? Yeah, something like that, hold on. This was a part of another book club, so I pay to be a part of a book club, and they send me books every single month, and it's signed by the author, and sometimes the authors are in book club meetings, and we did have this author in the book club for the second book. Anyways, this is like Harry Potter fanfic if it was Tom Riddle instead of Harry Potter, and I'm trying to figure out who the heck the love interest is, the girl, because her name is Maeve. So it's like Harry Potter and Throne of Glass fanfic meshed, and it's just a really fun experience. Author is a sweetheart as well. I met her at Teas and Tropes. I finally got to meet her in person. I did get to talk to her in the book club, and she was so sweet. So anyways, highly recommend this book. Kiss of the Basilisk, otherwise known as Split or Swallow. This is the republished version, and the original book is called Split or Swallow. I have the physical book. I cannot find it. I spent like 5 minutes trying to find it on my bookshelf, and I'm a little concerned that I can't find it. It's making my eye twitch that I cannot find it on my bookshelf. And as I'm talking, I'm still looking for it. Oh my gosh, where'd it go? So February, I read 11 books, and you can start to see it start to taper down. February, I found out that someone was leaving, and I wanted to get this position, and I was trying real hard to work my butt off to get to where I am today. I was in Minneapolis for a good chunk of this trip, I was in Minneapolis for a week or so in February, and I had the time of my life, and I read. I was in a hotel room, and I met some friends, I went out, I have a whole vlog, and I read 3 books on that trip, and each one is one of my favorites from that month. So I'll start off with The Teller of Small Fortunes. I have a whole vlog on this as well, the Minneapolis vlog. And at first I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this. It was starting to be very slow, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just bought this book and it's going really slow. I'm gonna give it 25 more pages. And it picked up and I was having just a lot of fun, and it was just so different, a cute, cozy moment. And I read this at the coffee shop and I was just having the time of my life. Then the book I read shortly after that was, it's one of these two. So maybe not in this order, but I read Ravager. I found this at one of the bookstores in Minneapolis. I think it's called Trifles and Tropes. So this is a novella by Karina Halley. It's a Viking romance, and I love Viking fantasy books. So, and I haven't read many of them, but this one I absolutely loved. I read it on my Kindle, and I found the physical copy, and I was like, you're coming home with me. What are the odds? So, highly recommend. Absolutely loved it. And then last but not least, The Dread Prince. So this is book 2. Apparently it's gonna be a trilogy. So I saw the author for the book club for this one, and oh my gosh, I stayed up till 4 a.m. on this vacation reading this book, and I thought it was a duology. At the end, I was absolutely devastated because it is not a duology. There is another book coming out, and oh my, I messaged the author and I was like, I just stayed out till 4 a.m. and you're gonna pay for therapy. Jokingly, of course, but I loved it. It got so dark. And also the author also did say that, so Tom Riddle is an inspiration, and then Anakin Skywalker is inspiration, and you kind of see that here in this book. It gets crazy and toxic and just love it. March, I read 9 books. I got the job in March. And I surprisingly only have one book that was a favorite from that month, and it was Playalon. I have found that I really like Liz Tomforty's writing style when it comes to sports romance books. I don't know if I necessarily like sports romance or if I like it because I've only read her books really. Now I will say I think I've read maybe 2 other sports romances that aren't from her, and they were just okay. But her books, there's just something about them that have deep topics, really relatable characters. So this one, the main character, her name is Kennedy, and she is an actual doctor, but she has a very misogynistic boss. So he pretty much bumped her down to, I forget what it was called, like just like a physical assistant, I think. Really enjoyed seeing her, the female character, have issues expressing emotions, because normally I feel like it's the male characters that have a really hard time saying like, yes, I like you, or yes, I have these feelings for you. Females are very like, you know, clingy, touchy-feely as well. And she was not. She really struggled with touch and intimacy, and I thought it was really refreshing to see that in this book. Okay, in April I read 11 books. We're starting to get back up there, you know, celebrate a little bit. Anyways, I have 2 favorites from that 11. I'm gonna do an honorable mention, Dark Matter, and it's a TV show now. I was planning on doing a full-blown vlog on it, a vlog on reading the book, and then a vlog on watching the TV show, and a review on both and compare the 2. Unfortunately and fortunately, I devoured the book in one sitting, and I did not film. I filmed me starting the book, and that was it. I did not get any more footage, and I did not discipline myself to take breaks and film. I did not discipline myself enough because I was just in a trance, loving it. It had been a long time since I have sat down and just read a book in one sitting. That was very good. Now, let's get to the favorites. This is Grave Matter by Karina Halley. If you can't tell, I love Karina Halley. She's been writing some darker books lately, and this is no exception. This is a dark romance, but how does she describe it? She has it here. A dark gothic romance psych thriller. that's a mouthful, and it was every bit true. It was dark, it had that gothic, dark academia setting, and then it's a psychological thriller. We have a very unreliable narrator. Is she tripping? Is she being honest? Like, what is happening to her? And I think that was part of the thrill of it. It was, is she telling the truth? Because then other moments she would wake up and be like, oh, nothing happened, but I thought I remembered this. What really did happen? And it was just so good. And I didn't think that the romance aspect of it would actually fit, but it did. It was so good. I cannot recommend this enough. All these books, top tier, please read. And then I finished all of Megan Quinn's Bridesmaid for Hire series, books, not series. It's a series, but it's 3 books, trilogy. They're interconnected. You don't really have to read them in order, but if you wanted to, it kind of helps to understand what's going on. My favorite was Bridesmaid Undercover. Everly is tasked with planning a wedding, and she was asked by Hardy, who is this like dashing businessman and has a lot of money and is just handsome, but he found out that his ex-girlfriend from college is gonna be a bridesmaid in the wedding, and he wants Everly to help reconnect with her. And she's like, okay, sure. As she's falling for him and she's trying to create situations for them to have interactions together. It was just really fun. I haven't seen that kind of trope before where she's trying to connect old flames together. So this was a different type of romance for me, and she writes rom-coms, and it was just a really good time. I was laughing and just like I don't know, just having a good time. Hey, this was the crazy month. I had my birthday in May. I had my 30th. It was super great. Also the month I had to move, so that was fun. So I read 6 books in the month of May, and surprisingly enough, 3 of them are my favorites. So I'll start with the one that is not here. It is gonna be a picture. This is called Magic, Lies, and Deadly Pies. This is the first 5-star cozy mystery I've ever given, and I do love cozy mysteries. There's just something about them that I find really fun and intriguing. You have your mystery aspect, but it's still low stakes because it's, you know, you're just trying to solve a crime, and I think that's kind of fun. This girl, Daisy, she runs a pie business. She sells magical pies, but no one knows that they're really magical pies. And on the side, she has a side business called Pies Before Guys, and that business is solely by word of mouth, and these pies are delivered to the abusers. So the people that order them are domestic violence victims, survivors, and they are asking her to give them a deadly pie, and that's what she does on the side. And there's a hint of romance in here. She falls in I wouldn't say love, but there's a little romance aspect to it, a little bit of an LGBTQ moment. I really resonated with the political aspect of it. If you are not a fan of today's political climate, you will like this book as well. That's what I'm going to leave there. I can't wait to read more from the author. There's 2 more books, and this author kind of fell off the face of the planet. I was trying to find her on social media, and no social media. Her website has been updated for a few years, and it's just those 3 books that I think she's written, which makes me kind of bummed because once I'm done reading all her books, what am I gonna do? I want more. I just really hope she's okay. Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. This was, I think, her first try at a fantasy romance, and I did this as a buddy read on Discord with a few friends, and this got me out of a slump. I absolutely loved it. I devoured it. The tension was incredible. I loved the magical creature aspect. It was just very dark and atmospheric as well for me. Dark magical creatures in here, absolutely loved. I thought that they were creepy, spooky. I got the chills and I was like, ah! really like this. A book that makes me feel like scared for the characters and like I'm actually there in the moment, I think is incredible. And that's how I felt with this book. Then last but not least, so I am on Megan Quinn's content creator team. It's kind of like influencers. You get books PR sent to you. That is why I had to read these 2 books. I got this book sent to me and then the last one sent to me, and I had not read them and I needed to leave reviews. So I was like, okay, we're going through it. And I actually really loved it. I will be honest, I applied to Megan Quinn's content creator team not having really read her work. I've read 2 books by her, and now I am a Megan Quinn stan because look at what we have here. Now this was sent to me by Megan Quinn. This is her ARC copy. This is the Barnes & Noble edition, and she gave me stickers and a shirt. And then this has not safe for work art in it as well. So the reason why I loved this book so much is we have a divorcee. We have a divorced female character, which I can relate to. And then we also have this guy named Wilder, and he is just some rich dude because he sold an app and he is really into improv. I was a theater girly. He had his big break right now with improv. So we have our main character, Scotty. She is in an office filled with a bunch of Brads and Chads that absolutely love their wives. The office is like an apparently very happy, marriage friendly environment. She lies to her boss and to everyone in there that she has a husband and she's just on the rocks. Her boss pulls her aside and is like, listen, my husband is a marriage counselor, you guys should go see him. She's like, sure, sounds good. You know, she's trying to save face, and then she's like, I can't believe I said that. Now I have to find a fake husband. And her best friend, who's a bartender, has a brother who's available, Wilder. He has time on his hands because he sold that app and he's into improv. So they go to the appointment and she's thinking that, you know, he's going to make it seem like they're just gonna get a divorce, part ways. No, he signs them up for a marriage counseling camp. So we have summer camp vibes and it's a marriage retreat. So it was just really fun it's summer and this had all the summer camp vibes, but just so much comedy and a lot of relatability. I had the best time of my life reading this. It was just a hoot. So those are all the books that I have absolutely loved so far this year. I may or may not be missing a few, but if I absolutely love a book, I will buy it or put it on my Amazon wish list and hope that if someone wants to gift me a book, it will be gifted. Yeah. What have been some of your guys' favorite books so far of the year? Are any of these on your list or what? Talk to me in the comments. I just love being able to talk about books. And hopefully since I have like this new setup, I'm feeling a lot more motivated to film. I felt like before my bookcases weren't in a good area to film with. And now I have this natural lighting, so hopefully the lighting is actually better in our vlogs, but no promises there. Anyways, I'm rambling. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys later. Bye!